In this RouteCAD tutorial video, we will see how to move the cutting head to a certain location after we have created a surface of revolution. In this project, we have a tool holding chuck that was made with keep out line. We have a cylindrical workpiece. We also have a cutting tool made with keep out line. Now, what we did is we produced a surface of revolution using the wizard. So what will happen? The CNC will go and machine this surface of revolution based on what we have specified in the wizard, naming the clearance to material, number of the depth of cut for roughing, etc. When the CNC has completed the task of machining the surface of revolution, we would like the CNC to move to a certain location after it is done. If we don't do nothing, we just export the G-codes as is, the CNC, when it is done machining this, the wizard will make in such a way that the CNC will stop at this location over here. But if we would like, for example, the CNC to go to another location, we can certainly do that. And the way to do it, we could simply use some points. We're going to make some point, and then we will route the point. So what we will do is we will enable the snap and snap to grid, and we will click on draw point, and we will use the mouse to draw a point. We click on continue. So now the CNC, after it finishes machining this surface of revolution, the CNC will move at this location. Now we will put some other location that we want the CNC to go to. The other location that we want the CNC to go to is, for example, a location over here. So we're going to click a point over here. And we would like the CNC to go to another point. There's already a point here, but we will add another point at this location over here. So we click on it. So we have one point over here, one point over here. Now, if we do nothing, nothing will happen. The CNC will just machine the surface of revolution and stop over here. But what we want is the CNC to go to this point. So what we need to do, we need to make sure that display route arrow is selected, and we're going to go and machine. We're going to go to a route semi-automatically to route this point. So we click on route semi-automatic, and we're going to click on the very first point over here. And you can see the arrow. What actually happened? After the CNC has finished machining this surface of revolution, it will go to that point at the end completely. If we click the middle mouse button on that point, we can see that this is the object 42 to be routed. So this is right now at this time, this is the last object. So at the end of machining this surface of revolution, the CNC will go to that point. But what we want is the CNC to go there. So we're going to go and click again to this point. We're going to click on it. So it didn't select because there was another point under it. So what we're going to do, we can click Shift and click the mouse, and it got it. So sometime when there are 2 points on top of each other, clicking the Shift allows to select the other point. So what we have done is quite interesting. We have, first of all, created a surface of revolution using the wizard. And after we've done the surface of revolution, we have created 2 points, and we routed the 2 points. So if I click the middle mouse button on this first point, so this is object 42. So this is the very, very last object to be routed. So what will actually happen is the CNC will, first of all, machine the surface of revolution, and after it is done, it will go here, and it will go back to the very same location it started from. So if we go ahead and we export this G-code, obviously we're going to make sure that the configuration is correct. If everything is okay, and we export this G-code, this is what we call it will do a complete a closed path, in the sense that the CNC will machine the surface of revolution, and at the end go back to the exact same location it started from, which is good. And the reason why it's good, it is because if for some reason we could just reload another workpiece and just repeat the process if we desire to do so. If the CNC machine stop at that location over here, sometime it could be a problem to install the part. Sometimes it's more convenient when the CNC go back to the original location. Obviously, the CNC controller, if the home location is over here and the CNC tool has stopped over there, when we reload the new G-code, even if we didn't go back to that location, if we reload the new G-code, then the CNC will normally, if the CNC is working properly, will first move to the home location and then start machining, so there should be not a problem. But this is just an example. We don't necessarily need to bring it back to where it started from. Sometimes when we're doing that, we could actually, at the end, we could actually move it further away just to give us some room to work, to put a new workpiece, and then when the machining starts again, and the CNC will move back to that location and keep on machining again. But this example is simply to show us how we can move the CNC head to any location we want after we have created our surface of revolution for convenience, to basically help us, either put a new part in, remove the part, or for whatever other reason. But we got to keep in mind that the very first routed location, if the very first routed location is the home location of the CNC, in this case there was a point here which was the first routed location. If this is the case, even though if the cutting head stopped at another location that is not the home location, when we reload the new G-code, if our CNC is set up properly, the CNC head should move by itself to the home location and then restart machining everything again.